moving on to our next segment. It's called red flags. So we're gonna give you 3 situations. Each situation has 2 good things and 1 bad thing, which is the red flag. And then you have to choose which situation you would rather be in. So situation 1, Let's Level Up has served over 5,000 exports. Let's Level Up has successfully raised another round of funding. But there has been an increased employee turnover given the complete remote model you'll have. Situation 2, you have a compelling offer for acquisition. Let's Level Up has been a key enabler for the experts to create a cult-like community. But your investors and the founding team do not see eye to eye on the next steps of the company. Situation 3, Let's Level Up successfully expanded to 25 international markets. You have massively contributed towards revolutionizing modern education, but Let's Level Up has not been able to raise another round of funding. So those are your 3 situations.
In the last situation, what does my cash reserves look like?
That's unknown.
Okay.
Take the current trend of your business.
So I have to pick.
Choose which of these situations you would rather be in.
Right. Okay. So I think situation 3, where we've expanded to 25 international markets and we've massively contributed to revolutionizing modern education, but we haven't raised another round of funding. I'd be completely comfortable with this if we were a cash flow positive company, which is what our goal is. So hopefully every expansion comes with a necessary amount of fiscal discipline, which is what we've done for a very long time. So in that case, like I'd be very comfortable not raising a round. And that's ideal actually. Like we don't want to be reliant on venture funding at all. And so if that is the case, then great. I would much rather be in situation 3. However, with expansion comes its own necessary problems. And so you might need growth funding. So if you're not able to raise around there, then that's a situation that I don't want to be a part of. So in that case, I would much rather look at situation 2, because the compelling acquisition offer means that we're probably doing something correct. And again, it's a matter of communicating at the end of the day what the end outcome looks like for all of us. And I think I have enough faith in my co-founders and in my board to know that we will make the best decision for the company, not maximizing for any personal outcomes as much as for the company outcome. And so I think if someone has a compelling acquisition offer, that means they're doing something really correct. And if they say that it's not the right time, and if my investors say it's not the right time, then maybe I listen to them, and maybe we wait and grow it even further until we get to a better acquisition offer or IPO.
Fair.
I think, earlier when you said that, you had mentioned earlier that you didn't want to go into the marketplace business because, yes, you need to burn a lot of marketing dollars to get to a decent level, because that's a volume business, right, per transaction fee. And the moment you said that, I felt like the third situation might just be up your alley, because you're not trying to, fund burn. You want to eventually just make sure that your revenues can be recycled to grow the business. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much the same mindset.
I think we're so fixated. I was very fixated on raising the next round and getting the clout and getting the press and the PR, because everybody was doing that in your circle. Everybody celebrates funding. No one celebrates profitability. No one's actually talking and shouting on the rooftops about I went cash flow positive this month, or I broke even this month. And that's actually a metric that works. If you cut away all the fluff and think about business from a first principles approach, there are only 2 things that matter. You build a decent enough product and you sell.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everything else is secondary. Funding, fundraising helps you quicken the process, but it is not the process.
Raising funds also just became trendy, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be for tech companies, but now everyone is raising funds, and it's okay, it's cool that I was able to raise this, or my valuation is so and so. So I think it was more under that pretense is what everyone is going at. And no one really on LinkedIn, you're gonna just keep seeing people talk about raising funds.
It's so debilitating, because we raised a decent amount of money. We were very happy about it. We got press. Okay, good amount of press. We got Yahoo Finance, Bazinga, MarketWatch covering up. it lasted for a whole of good 2 days where you feel good. And then you go on LinkedIn and someone's probably raised triple of what you've done.
Yeah.
And then you just feel so bad.
And at that time, you don't remember all the nights you're crying.
And you're like, oh my god, this person raised triple. So it's a never-ending race. So might as well focus on the fundamentals of the business. And this was not my thinking. So like a huge shout out to my third co-founder now, who's also like who's gone through enough of these startups to realize fundraising is not the goal.
Yeah.
It's the mechanism to enable the goal to take place. So
and you take Marie, like one of the previous founders we've had on the podcast. So she's the founder of a company called Tally.so.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form building software.
Yeah.
So much you know
Yeah.
So they've not raised funding, and so her and her partner, who are co-founders, plus I think they've got 4 people working with them, reached I think 100,000 monthly revenue rate without ever raising funding, and that's an insane figure.
And they have a
today,
freemium model. A lot of their services are free.
99%. That's the number they use. 99% of what we do is free to use, and the 1% if you want to use it, that means you really want to be a pro user, then you get the subscription.
I love Tally. It's such a
it's really nice.
Yeah, and imagine if they went for funding today, diluting a lot less, raising a lot more. 100,000 monthly revenue rate. It's just insane.